IBM reportedly walks back diversity policies, citing inherent tensions. Here are all the companies rolling back DEI programs. Government contracts is what this is. IBM, Gannett, Constellation Brands, United Health Group, whose CEO was gunned down in the street. That was an interesting evening. MLB, Victoria's Secret. Why would Victoria's Secret's entire job is to sell bras to slim young women?
Yep.
And they got to go with DEI and put fat chicks in there. I'm just going to say it. Fuck you. It was about fat chicks. Let's see. State Street, which involved the famous Fearless Girl statue in Manhattan in 2017. Warner Brothers Discovery said in a staff memo it remains committed to building an inclusive team, but we rename its DEI programs to simply inclusion. See, there you go. Goldman Sachs, Paramount Pictures, Bank of America, BlackRock is one of the people that was funding it. Boy, would I like to do a show on BlackRock one of these days. We'll do that. Citigroup, Pepsi Cola, JP Morgan Chase, Coca-Cola, Diamond, Goldman Sachs, Disney, Deloitte Touche, PBS, Google actually rolled back some of its programs. NPR, which is getting roached.
Well, first of all, they need to be run off the air.
They are being run off the air. Didn't you hear? They've been defunded by the federal government.
But the thing is, they need to pull their license completely.
I agree. I agree with you.
Listen,
look, everybody's crying about that. Everybody's going, oh, NPR and PBS, what are we going to do without them? Oh, my God. Okay, look, the federal government was never supposed to fund broadcast companies. That's called propaganda. Okay, that's the definition of propaganda, when your own government is entertaining you. Because they will never, ever, ever just want to be Henny Youngman. Correct. They want to be Leon Trotsky.
Who got picked.
Yeah.
He got ice
picked. Did get picked. He did get picked. That's one of the best hits ever. Ice pick in a bar in Mexico. Fuck you. Accenture, Amazon, Amtrak, more Google, the Smithsonian Institution, Target, which was really bad for a little while.
I want to see Target run out of business, to be honest with you.
So do I. The FBI, Amazon, Meta, McDonald's, Walmart, Boeing, Molson Coors, Lowe's, Ford Motor Company, Jack Daniels, Harley Davidson, John Deere, all of these things. And right before all of that happened, we were doing this. Hey, play.
Play faggot. I can't hear it. There's no sound.
There's no sound?
No sound.
Jimmy, how do we correct that again? There's a way to correct that. Has lost connection to your screen share audio. Scare your screen again.
Yep.
I'm going to stop sharing.
Yeah,
I did back out. Yeah, I'll re-scare my. That's what she said. Population, University of Michigan, DEI. Share. Let's see. We'll back that up a little more here.
There we go. Should be good now.
There we go. Hey, here's the Boeing one.
Stalin, who killed millions,
Can you hear it?
was known to be a funny guy.
Yeah.
He was known to have a sense of humor.
We're talking about Stalin
shoot
here.
you at the end of the day if he didn't like you.
Correct.
So there's that. But
all right,
back to the DEI thing here. We're going straight into next Tuesday's show. And just kind of blowing by this one here. These guys, let's see if we can get this report to come up here. Come here, little PDF. Here we go. Sustainability and social impact. What the heck?
What happened?
I had an update on my computer and it tried to tell me it wanted to restart, and I'm like, no, please don't do that. please don't do that.
Yeah.
Okay. Sharing this tab
taking place, and the women and the country are going to rule the day that they destroyed the dating market and alienated all the men of this country.
Anyway, this whole episode was well over a year ago, and it was all about DEI. And now we're getting this one, and this one, and this one, and so on and so forth. It just goes on and on and on now. It's all falling apart. We called this shit like a year ago. Like, it's not sustainable. They're never going to be able to sustain any of this.
If you're hiring people on, characteristics like skin, hair color, whatever, race.
What they do with their penis, how does that help you?
Yeah, I know. But we were literally watching doors fly off of aircraft while they're in the fucking air.
Yes. I like the
Landing
wheel
craft
falling off
network.
during a landing.
And they were literally putting people in FCC, or what is it? Air traffic control chairs.
Yes.
Who were severely handicapped.
Mhm.
All right. Now, I got it. I would love to see those people get a job. I'm cool with it. I don't have a problem with them working or doing what you got to do.
Find something appropriate.
But do not play Russian roulette with an entire aircraft.
Yeah.
There's like 300-400 people on there.
And
Plus,
you have to have a certain psychological profile to be able to do that shit too. If
but
you're
you're
somebody who
risking-
folds easily,
Yeah.
you can't do air traffic, man.
You're risking all of these people's lives over feelings. And if you've been watching this show, I always say reality doesn't give a shit about your feelings. And it doesn't. That is the absolute truth.
Yeah, it's crazy. The level of stuff we have seen especially with the DEI thing, when that really started to kick in about 10 years ago during the Obama administration. One of the first things I said, well, it looks like Charlie Manson was right. A lot of people don't remember Charlie Manson predicted race war. That was the whole helter-skelter thing. That's what he was on about, which made me ask the question, what did Charlie Manson know, and what party was he at where he overheard something? Because, okay, guy's crazy. I get it. Okay, his followers committed murder. I get it. They got put in prison. Okay, but he never actually did anything to merit life in solitary, basically. So what did Charlie Manson overhear? I know we're going down conspiracy rabbit hole, but I feel this is a worthwhile one, given the fact that everything he said is true now.
Yeah. Well, you also, the civil rights movement was taking place back then.
Yes.
So you have that. That might have been something that had to do with the race war stuff.
He was very specific that there was going to be a race war and it was going to be bad and ugly. Manson was very specific about it.
Yes, he was. And listen, any war is bad and ugly.
Well, thank you, Pop, for that scintillating bit of information about war, which by definition is people killing each other.
You go. 100%.
Sorry, man. Had to slap the pee-pee on that.
No, okay, I get it. I don't get mad about that. I've been.
I know you don't.
Before.
I know you don't. That's all right. Yeah, that's wow, geez, oh Pete. The DEI one in particular really freaking irks me because it's so obvious. Because it's such obvious propaganda. But so many people fall for this, and especially the teachers. I have three sisters actually, who are teachers. One of them strangely did not fall for it, but she had a reasonable head on her shoulder. She was a cop prior to. And the other two just hook, line, and sinker by the whole DEI program, left, right, and center. Matter of fact, one of those sisters stopped talking to me when one day I accidentally sent her a funny meme about medieval horses, but it was from a website that she did not approve of. So because I didn't know that she didn't like that website, I clearly was a Nazi. And she has not talked to me since that day. And she went off on a huge text rant, and I just responded, well, Sig Heil, I guess.
All right.
So, but that's the damage that DEI does to brains in academia. It's really bad.
Well, and here's the thing, though, is a lot of these people who work in academia, they go
Yeah.
from high school to college, and then they go right to working in academia, and they spent no time in the real world.
No.
Look, reality is the ultimate vaccine against morons.
Yes. Yeah, they
All
have
these people out there-
absolutely no context at all for reality.
Look at all these Antifa things walking around out there, like, oh, she get free shit, and it's not.
What was the Antifa thing you were talking about earlier? What was that about? What Tim Pool?
Oh no, not Tim Pool. No.
What?
I mean, we talked about Tim Pool before the show. I was trying to get on his show, but it's probably not going to happen.
No, I'm talking about somebody got canceled by Antifa.
Tim Pool was running a show in comedy club in DC, and he had 3 bookings, and then they called him out of the blue and canceled it, and then he went on his show and just went absolutely berserk, and then lo and behold, they reinstated it, but they refunded all the money, and it's just a big clusterfuck.
Oh,
but that's the thing, though, is this cancel culture.
Yeah,
I think people are getting sick of it as well.
Cancel culture is a big part of DEI. And, like we just showed our video from well over a year ago. We knew this was going to fall apart. And lo and behold, here we are a little bit more than a year later, and the pieces are just falling off. And it's kind of amusing to watch because it was inevitable. This isn't even pat on the back material. This isn't even patting ourselves on the back material. It was just obvious that you can't sustain this. No normal society can behave like this.
No, you can't.
It's like end of Rome shit.
Well, and here's another thing, though, is normal people are only going to deal with insanity for so long.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Like, we're starting to see, like, some states are like, look, if you're on the freeway and people are blocking the road and you feel threatened, just drive through them.
Yep. Yeah, and that's as it should be.
Yeah.
Oh, but he was just out there protesting. No, he wasn't. He was blocking traffic. He was causing a problem. He was causing a threat. His intent was to do bodily harm. He's out there on a freeway with speeding cars.
Yeah,
I'm not buying for a second that your intentions were noble and that you just wanted to protest.
And look, and we're gonna get to the point where Antifa or whoever's going to be out there doing their stupid shit. Somebody's going to throw a brick and they're going to get a supersonic reminder touch.
I am already surprised that some of the Antifa gatherings haven't had. They have staging areas where they park their cars and all that stuff. I'm surprised that nobody's gone after that. And I'm honestly surprised that nobody's done a little bit of rooftop Koreaning on them.
Yeah, you're talking about issuing some JFK haircuts at distance.
I am talking about issuing some JFK haircuts.
Listen, if you could do that at a decent, pretty long distance, you are an excellent barber.
Yeah. One of the funny things about that whole thing is Tony Moon, the original rooftop Korean. He's the grinning Korean holding the K2, which is a Korean M16, wearing a red shirt, standing on the top of his building during the LA riots in '92. That guy, Tony Moon, has resurfaced and said, "Fuck it, the rooftop Koreans are back." And he is hysterical to follow. Guy's just funny as hell.
You're going to start seeing that in these blue cities, especially, defund the police. The police aren't coming.
Yep.
At some point, you're going to see, local people step up to handle it. And then you're going to see posses and local militias. And then it's going to be insane.
There's going to be retaliations. One of the things these protesters have is nobody confronts them outside of the protest areas. Well, if people started recognizing some of them or identifying their vehicles or finding out where they're coming from and things like that, and this is inevitable. This is not something I'm not saying go out and do this. I'm saying this is inevitable because people are going to get fed up.
It's human nature.
Yep.
Well, they use that tactic themselves.
Yes.
They do use that tactic themselves. They have shown up at people's houses left, right, and center. But once you're attacked enough times, eventually your defensive mechanism becomes find out where the fuck these guys came from
and get them.
And establish some
Cut the
some,
head off the snake.
protocols.
Yeah, I get you.
I want to be careful with the wording because
I
YouTube
get
does that YouTube thing that YouTube does.
Well, we're not. Listen, I'm not telling you to do anything crazy. We're not
Yeah.
saying that. We're just talking about historic examples in human nature.
And the reality of it, this is what happens. I mean, if you want a base level version of all of that stuff in the modern age, street gangs in Chicago or St. Louis or LA, if a gang goes into another gang's territory and attacks, that gang goes, you know what? Fuck those guys. Let's go find their neighborhood.
Yeah.
And they'll go into the neighborhood. They won't just go after the gangsters. They'll torch the whole damn thing.
Or they do those drive-bys.
Yeah.
And then you get a bunch of innocent people killed, and it's
Right. Exactly. Which is ugly, and nobody wants that. That's bad.
Get up to speed on your shooting skills. That's all I can say.
Watch Grunt Speak live every Tuesday and Thursday at 8 p.m. Eastern. And if you want to join Pop for Supporter Sundays, go to redonkulas.com/donate and make a monthly pledge. A link is in the meat caser box.